सरस्वती
माऊलीने
Jai Shri Mataji. A warm, very warm welcome to our UK meditation for Monday, January 20th. And incredibly, we are in the year 2025. Being of a certain age, I still hear that year or any of the recent years, and they all sound like they're way off in the future. But we're in the future, which becomes the present with each passing moment. And the present is where we belong and where we stay, no matter what the numbers say. So we sit here to bring together our collective attention to the lotus feet of our Mother. And collectively we can raise our kundalinis and put ourselves in bandhan. And as we've raised and tied our kundalinis into SHRI, let our attention be in SHRI, and let our attention be on our collective attention. When our attention meets, we as individuals cease to be thinking or having our attention on the trivial things which affect our lives. This collective attention is above all thought, above all doubt. And let's indeed have a few moments of silence in this collective attention, in this moment. Holy Mother, you are the collective attention. And we pray to Sri Ganesha to allow us to join him in the center of this attention at the lotus feet of Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi. We sit before the goddess. We raise our kundalinis high. We tie it there, we tie it there, we tie it there again. We cover our 7 chakras like the 7 colors of the rainbow 7 times. Our hearts ascend, spreading up and out, infinite spaces opening up above and beneath and all around, filled with love. Drenched in divinity, eternal fragrance, wider and deeper than all the oceans, enveloping the whole earth with love. Heaven's gate opens. We are the portals. We are the oceans of forgiveness. We are the rays of light. We can raise, and we can save all who seek her from deep within, deeply humble before thy grace, thy infinite grace. Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi, Nirmala Devi, Nirmala Devi. And Mother said, this is your today's present, what you are now. That power. In this manner, all the 3 times past, future, all the 3 times, past, future, and present, exist inside you at this very moment. This way, the 3 powers exist in a human, and only because of these 3 powers, he has reached his present state. We'll take Sri Ganesha's mantra 4 times. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. The Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. We live in perilous times. We live in times of triumph and disaster, of joy and pain, of compassion and cruelty. Ever thus was the world, but never before in the history of the human spirit has Sahaja Yoga entered into our consciousness. Has our Holy Mother come onto the earth? Ours is the house of God. Ours is the dwelling of the immortals. Ours is the stage of the divine play. O Holy Mother, we have cried out as your children. Many who despair say, how can there be a God when the innocent suffer? But you have taught us that it isn't God who lets the innocent suffer, it's man. You have responded. You have listened. You have heard. And you have opened up the gates to perfection in human beings. Everywhere are glimmers and sparks of hope. Let every seed of hope become a mighty oak. This is our prayer, sweet Mother. We can just meditate on this prayer for a short period of silence. one of the great incarnations, William Blake, speaks to us across the centuries. He speaks to us with joy and humor and unfathomable depth. So let's listen now with our hearts to the sweet visions, dreamlike, from his imagination. I seize the sphery harp, I strike the strings. At the first sound, the golden sun arises from the deep and shakes his awful hair. The echo wakes the moon to unbind her silver locks. The golden sun bears on my song, and 9 bright spheres of harmony rise round the fiery king. The joy of woman is the death of her most best beloved, who dies for love of her in torments of fierce jealousy and pangs of adoration. The lover's night bears on my song, and the 9 spheres rejoice beneath my powerful control. They sing unceasing to the notes of my immortal hand. The solemn, silent moon reverberates the living harmony upon my limbs. The birds and beasts rejoice and play, and everyone seeks for his mate to prove his inmost joy. Furious and terrible they sport and rend the nether deep. The deep lifts up his rugged head, and lost in infinite humming wings, vanishes with a cry. The fading cry is ever dying. The living voice is ever living in its inmost joy. Arise, you little glancing wings, and sing your infant joy. Arise and drink your bliss, for everything that lives is holy. For the source of life descends to be a weeping babe. For the earthworm renews the moisture of the sandy plain. Now my left hand I stretch to earth beneath, and strike the terrible string. I wake sweet joy in dens of sorrow, and I plant a smile in forests of affliction, and wake the bubbling springs of life in regions of dark death. Some sons of Los surround the passions with porches of iron and silver, creating form and beauty around the dark regions of sorrow, giving to airy nothing a name and a habitation delightful. They labor incessant, with many tears and afflictions, creating the beautiful house for the piteous sufferer. But others of the sons of Los build moments and minutes and hours and days and months and years and ages and periods, wondrous buildings. And every moment has a couch of gold for soft repose. A moment equals a pulsation of the artery, And between every 2 moments stands a daughter of Beulah to feed the sleepers on their couches with maternal care. And every minute has an azure tent with silken veils, and every hour has a bright golden gate carved with skill, and every day and night has walls of brass and gates of adamant, shining like precious stones and ornamented with appropriate signs. And every month a silver paved terrace builded high, and every year invulnerable barriers with high towers, and every age is moated deep with bridges of silver and gold, and every 7 ages is encircled with a flaming fire. Now, 7 ages is amounting to 200 years. Every time less than a pulsation of the artery is equal in its period and value to 6,000 years. For in this period the poet's work is done, and all the great events of time start forth and are conceived in such a period. Within a moment, a pulsation of the artery. I see everything I paint in this world, but everybody does not see alike. To the eyes of a miser, a guinea is more beautiful than the sun. The tree, which moves some to tears of joy, is in the eyes of others only a green thing that stands in the way. Some see nature all ridicule and deformity, and some scarce see nature at all. But to the eyes of the man of imagination, nature is imagination itself.
The knowledge about Kundalini has been expressed in many Sanskrit Shastras since long, and also in Ayurveda. It is described. Not only that, but the books which are for curriculum talk about Kundalini and the chakras. Because Ayurveda is very, very close to Sahaja Yoga. Even in the Western medicine to begin with, if you see the history, they too dealt with 3 doshas. They dealt with 3 problems that we have as in Ayurveda. The right side, which has got pitta, means bile. Left side, which has got kapha, means phlegm. And the central part, the problems of vayu, means the gases. Now, luckily, so many Western people have taken to Sahaja Yoga and have tried to bring down all the permutations and combinations to the simple reasoning of left, right, and center. But the knowledge of Sahaja Yoga is absolutely basics. Even Ayurveda is one step away from reality, or we should say the fundamentals. So you are dealing with the fundamentals of which a human being is built. And if this knowledge was found out long time back in India, should we not accept it? The reason why people went into meditation in those days and found out all these deeper things within ourselves, because they didn't have to fight the nature. You have seen here nature, how beautiful it is. You can spend all your life under a tree. While in the West, even before getting out of the house, you have to take at least 15 to 20 minutes to be prepared to go out. It's quite a struggle. So the nature has been so kind, and that is the reason people took to meditation and found out all these deeper things within themselves. When they found it out, it was all written in Sanskrit language. I have such a big thick book on this, which has described all the Shakti Pithas and all the SHRI chakras, Brahma chakra, Lalita chakras and all that. But this was just written down. Hardly any person got realization. But in any other language like Marathi or Hindi, which was spoken and written by common people, nothing was done. Nobody knew about it. Only a few people who read about it, especially the Shaivas, they went into the research and they went into the work. But very few people really got realization. Very, very few. Then in the 12th century, only the Nath Panthis, who were experts of Sanskrit, who were following it rigidly, that one master should have one disciple, not more than that. This was their tradition. But in the 12th century, Gyanadeva, Gyaneshwara, who was another Nath Panthi, his guru was his own brother, he asked the permission from his brother that please allow me to say all these things openly. At least to say in Marathi language. Because the common people don't know anything about this knowledge. So he allowed him, and he wrote the 6th chapter of Ganeshwari, in which he described Kundalini. But it was in the 12th century. After that, many saints talked about it. Where we went yesterday to Satara, that's the place where Sri Ramadasa lived. He said that Kundalini, somebody asked how much time does it take to raise the Kundalini. He said that kshana means that moment. But the person who wants to take it should be deserving, and the one who wants to give should be capable. It's a big condition. This is such a big if, capital if actually. As a result, very, very few people got their realization. And those who were born as realized soul found it impossible to talk to people. Ganeshwara, such an enlightened soul himself, wrote one beautiful book called Amrutanubhava, which I will try to translate, which is very joy-giving. To me at least it's very great joy-giving. He went so deep into the understanding of this joy. I wish English language would provide me that subtlety to translate that book. That he wrote all these things when he was only 23 years of age. And at the age of 23 years, he got so fed up that he took a living samadhi. That is, he entered into a cave and killed himself. They all tortured him very much. Nowadays, this Andhashraddha, stupid thing, has not tortured us much. But all these saints in this country or any country have been very much tortured. And there was no police protection. There was no one to publish about what these people are up to. Despite all that, I find there are many Sahajogis who are now occupying very big positions in the government. And a day may come when everything will explode. The biggest problem of our country is something you cannot understand, because you don't have this problem there. The amount of corruption we have from A to Z for everything, that you cannot understand. I mean, I've never known any country where they have to such an extent. Even, say, in Philippines, it was only one person who was doing it. Here, every person has to get the money and has to pay the money to hire Johnnies. For this also, unless and until you get to Sahaja Yoga, it won't work out. And Sahaja Yoga can only be worked out if people understand that it is their heritage and that they have the capacity to understand Sahaja Yoga and capability to spread it. In North India it is much better, though the vibrations in Maharashtra are much better. It's something funny. Vibrations in Maharashtra is very good. The people in the North India are very good Sahaja Yogis, and there are many, many, many in number. We can't say, even in Bombay we get about 12,000 people for my programs. But still, the way it is spreading in the North India is very surprising. Also, it is spreading. This is Satara, because it was blessed by Ramdasa, this district. I think everywhere there is a flower, there has to be thorns. And this district has got some really very bad culprits. Ahmednagar is much better. Aurangabad, we are doing much better. It will work out in Aurangabad much better. And then if you go to the other side, Berar, from where I come, it's going to work out very fast. Things are moving very fast there. I was amazed. So many people have told me that in Amravati so many are Sahaja Yogis, in Akola so many are there. And I was surprised. I have never been. So that is how it is spreading in Maharashtra. So your song of Maharashtra Desha is working out. It's not failing. But I think Satara is the most difficult place where we worked out. Yesterday I gave them left and right as to what they are. It has helped them a lot, because those who came to oppose sat down and got their realization. So they are misleading people to start some sort of a new culture, like you started hippism. And they are collecting young people. The young people are leaving their schools. Some parents came and complained to me about it. They are not paying attention to their studies. They are failing in their classes. And these people are stupidly using them. I asked some of the boys, what is your policy? He said, we have no policy. Then what is your aim? We have no aim. Then why are you doing this nonsense? They said, because whatever the elders tell us, we do it. I said, have you no personality, nothing? This exactly happened when this hippie movement started. Some so-called intellectuals started this horrible hippie movement in the West. And when they found they cannot do anything about it, they found it's going to fail. So many children lost their education. So many children I know became pregnant girls, and boys started squatting. All that took them to the extreme that they became violent. But unless and until there is a change within yourself, how can you change anything outside? You cannot. And the first 7 people I fought were all hippies. Very different. They called themselves hippies, but they used to hog like a pig. They wanted all the comforts, everything free, extremely dominating and quarrelsome people. But the foundation was laid on them. It's very surprising. But I had to work on them for at least 4 years regularly. ते लोक आले त्यांना बोलून घ्या तिकडनं कोण आहेत ते. लक्ष ठेवा जरा इकडे बोलवा असे. So that is how Sahaja Yoga started. And today you know how much it has spread, how far it has gone. Only in Maharashtra this problem is there of so-called intellectuals. They call themselves, but they have no intelligence. I talked to one man, I got fed up. He didn't know anything about spirituality, didn't know anything about medicine, he didn't know anything about science. I said, now what do you know? It was impossible. So such people who are jobless, we call them Rikam Tekade, they have no work. They are starting all such things, and we should not be upset with them. They are trying to create problems, and they are getting money from some sources. They are afraid. I think the politicians are afraid, perhaps, that Sahaja Yoga may turn their tables down. Because we believe in honesty. And maybe a day may come when these honest people might harm them, perhaps, I do not know why. This may be one of the reasons. These people are frightened of us. Whatever it is, we have to understand that for doing any great work, one has to sacrifice. Of course, you are not going to be crucified like Christ. No. Nor you have to sacrifice as my parents sacrificed for the independence of this country. Nor you are going to be tortured. But little inconveniences you may have. But I must thank you very much because of your coming here and singing Marathi songs. They are quite impressed. And they think it's only possible because you are all Sahaja Yogis. Otherwise you could not have done it. So if there are any inconveniences, think that it's a joke. That's all. Today I was thinking we should do the puja of SHRI CHAKRA and LALITA CHAKRA, which we have never done. This is the right place to do these 2 chakras today. Lot has been written about SHRI CHAKRA and about LALITA CHAKRA. But to understand fundamentally, the left side, when it reaches up to Vishuddhi, then it uses on the right side the SHRI CHAKRA, on the left side the Lalita chakra to manifest itself. These two chakras are the ones who manifest all that you see. But these chakras are the ones who emit vibrations of different kinds. And because of their angularities, like if you have some sort of a cardboard attached with small holes of different colors, and which rotates all the time, you get different colors. Also, you can get different permutations and combinations. In the same way, different permutations and combinations are created. And that is how you get all the advantages of Sahaja Yoga. So these two chakras are very important. I do not know if you know of any mantras about SHRI chakra, but I'll give you a book. Later on, I'll translate it to you and you can compose something for SHRI chakra. SHRI chakra on the right side, Lalita chakra on the left side. So what we are really worshipping today is Mahasaraswati power and Mahakali power, both put together. So now we've started combining things, not individual. Now these two energies are very important. Without the energy, without the power, nothing exists. For example, if this light had no power to give light or to burn, it is useless. In the same way, without getting your realization, you are useless because your power is not awake, at least not complete. But these two powers give us lots of benefits even without realization. Whatever you see in this world created is done by these two chakras of the Adishakti. But here the power doesn't move. It's not moving. But in the human being, the power starts moving. When it starts moving, then we can say it is creating another world. But movement is not the only thing. This power acts, gives you intelligence, gives you all kinds of things which you have as human beings. But later on, this power itself becomes enlightened within you. Means the left and right side both become enlightened. This enlightenment, you get it when you get your self-realization. But not immediately. Not immediately. This one should understand. For example, if you have pain or if your chakra is catchy, you have to use your hands. You cannot say that the energy is flowing within me, so it's all right, I can manage. It's not like that. You have to use your hands to impart that power to yourself or to others. If you have pain in the stomach, then you can say that if there's energy in my stomach, why should I have pain in the stomach? But the play of these chakras have to come. And that is why you have to use your power of your hands. If you cannot use your hands, then you cannot impart this energy. Many people have asked me that, Mother, when will it move horizontal? It will move horizontal, no doubt. It does. But even that horizontal movement is to be guided by these two very important chakras. So you must understand the importance of these two chakras within yourself. That's why I have told many a times, don't move your head too many times. And this way many people talk. I mean, it's style of talking. No, this, that. Very common with French especially. That's another way you are not respecting your chakras. Shouldn't move your shoulders too much. Mostly they talk like this. Is anti-chakras. Anti-chakras. Should keep your shoulders straight. When you are singing, you can move your whole upper part is alright, but not your shoulders. This is the thing one has to understand, that these two centers are to be looked at. You can move your neck, your body when you are singing. It's important. That helps. But not your shoulders. Shoulders are to be kept intact. But while saying just yes, you need not go on yes, 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 yes. It's very, very simple thing, but it can have a very bad effect. And those who move their shoulders too much do not feel vibrations much, because the chakras are not alright. It's a very simple thing to be understood, that they are the most important chakras we have. And whatever is to be used out of this Parama Chaitanya, they have to be used by these two centers. Even supposing your some chakra is catching on your spinal cord, you have to use your hands. Somebody can say, I can just put my attention. Doesn't work out that good. Because yet your attention has not reached that stage where these chakras, like LALITA chakra and SHRI chakra, obey your attention. They do not. So you have to work out with your hands. Be careful. Don't move your shoulders too much. And if you see now, Indians when they sing bhajans, they'll move the whole body. They'll do like this. But never their shoulders. The shoulders will move in the same way as the neck is moving. They might move their neck also, but they'll never move their shoulders like this, and is regarded as inauspicious according to Indian standards. Because of this culture, based on what the saints have told, and also about many seers have told, it is more related to spiritual life than to materialistic life. Now the materialistic life, unless and until there is the foundation of the spiritual life, takes you to a very partial development, you can say. But to get a full development, you must have your foundation on spirituality. That's why spirituality, being the foundation, has to be deep, has to be fully equipped, has to be absolutely perfect. Then the whole building can be built. It's gone wrong in the West, doesn't matter. Now you can build it up. And then you'll be surprised how you become really solid people. This is a very short talk about Sri Chakra. I think I should sit down and write all about it, and it will be a nice handy thing for you to read. But you must know that beyond thought when you go, these chakras become extremely efficient, because the thought puts a pressure on them. And because of the pressure, the movement of these chakras is very slow and ineffective. But once you can get out of your thoughts and go into thoughtless awareness, then these chakras start working it out and you start moving much deeper into your own being. मी आज श्री चक्र आणि ललिता चक्र या दोन चक्रांची पूजा करावी असा विचार करत आहे.
So now shall we do exactly that and go into thoughtless awareness? First of all, we can take the mantras of these two chakras. The LALITA chakra is, as I'm sure everyone knows, is located below the collarbone on the left side between heart chakra and Vishuddhi chakra, or just around the collarbone. So we can say SHRI LALITA chakra, which expresses the power of protection of the Adi Shakti. SHRI LALITA chakra Swamini. Om Tvameva Sakshat SHRI LALITA chakra Swamini Sakshat SHRI Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. And on the right side, in the corresponding level on the right side, around the collarbone or just below collarbone, the Sri Chakra expresses the willpower of the Adi Shakti. So Sri Chakra Swamini. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Chakra Swamini Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. And of course, I forgot to say that for each of these, we should place the hand on each of these chakras. So if you didn't do that, then in future, and as Srimataji pointed out, it's not enough just to put the attention there. The hand should be there to facilitate the movement of these chakras, or you could do it again silently with your hands there. But we'll go into thoughtless awareness for a few minutes' time now. I'm feeling very grateful to Sri Mataji for this very informative and enlightening talk about these two very important chakras. It can be found on amruta.org. It's the Sri Lalita and Sri Chakra Puja from 1990. And you should be able to find it there. And the transcript, of course, the complete transcript is there also. And I'm extremely grateful to everyone who has joined tonight in this meditation. It was a busy one, a little bit packed, but I hope we can all go away with the resolution that in these trying times, we must try to keep our attention on the Spirit, so that not only can we see everything in a very different way, but we can spread more easily by example, by never giving into excessive worry or any form of despair. There are many, many, many sparks of love, of hope, of joy, of beauty in this world, not the least of which is all my brothers and sisters. We must be that source of joy. And let's be very aware of these two beautiful chakras. That manifest the power of Adi Shakti within us. So let's just take the simplest form of Mother's mantra 7 times. It's simply taking Mother's name, Sri Nirmala Devi. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. 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 I always lose count. I think this may be the 7th one now. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. And let's just take our 2 hands crossed at the wrists and put one hand on Lalita chakra and one hand on Sri chakra. And just breathe in and out a few times, a few deep breaths breathing into these chakras and bring them into our enlightened attention. Holy Mother, please manifest through us. Keep our attention pure. Keep our attention on the Spirit. Please make us the beacons of hope and light and love. Please nourish us and bless us and all our brothers and sisters and the whole world. And collectively, let's raise our kundalinis and take the bandhan. And so I will say, once again, thank you to everyone. And if you want to meditate a little bit longer, I'll let music play a few more minutes. But I'll say good night for now, and Jai Shri Mataji.
विनती सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी विनती सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी पूजन का अधिकार दीजिए पूजन का अधिकार दीजिए शरणागत है हृदय पुजारी विनती सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी विनती सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी गुरु चरणन की लागी लगन है गुरु चरणन की लागी लगन है तब चरणन में उतरा स्वर्ग है तब चरणन में उतरा स्वर्ग है परमेश्वर है मंगलकारी परमेश्वर है मंगलकारी खोए साधक पार उतारी विनती सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी विनती सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी पूजन का अधिकार दीजिए पूजन का अधिकार दीजिए शरणागत है हृदय पुजारी विनती सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी विनती सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी
One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
बहे अविरल नैनन से। हे हृदयेश्वरी भव भय भंजर, हे हृदयेश्वरी भव भय भंजर, माँ ऐसी शुभ शक्ति दीजिए, माँ ऐसी शुभ शक्ति दीजिए, सब में जागे आनंद विहारी। विनती सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी, विनती सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी, पूजन का अधिकार दीजिए, पूजन का अधिकार दीजिए। शरणागत है हृदय पुजारी, विनती सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी, विनती सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी।
1 2 3 1 2 3।
और कहूँ क्या अंतर्यामी, और कहूँ क्या अंतर्यामी, आत्मबोध अनुभूति की दात्री, आत्मबोध अनुभूति की दात्री, आदि गुरु गुरुओं की माता, आदि गुरु गुरुओं की माता, इस विनीत को गुरु पद दीजिए। विनती सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी, विनती सुनिए आदि शक्ति मेरी, पूजन का अधिकार दीजिए, पूजन का अधिकार दीजिए। शरणा